Hey, happy campers. Welcome back. Episode 25 on Camp Shady Birch. I'm exasperated.
I'm full of rice and beans right now. That's what I am. I'm exgasperbated.
We just ate 2 giant bowls of Chipotle. You know what though? Thank God. Have you ever gotten a bowl from Chipotle and it's like not too? It always happens when you do mobile order.
What?
Or you pick up, and I swear to God, unless you go in front of those bitches and you say, "Look me in the eye and give me a fair portion," because if you're not in eyesight, they're gonna be skimpy on the. All this is to say, they did the complete opposite. They loaded those bowls. I told you downstairs. I was like, I'm gonna leave the rest for after we record.
You didn't.
You went upstairs and I went. I scarfed. You know what's bad? I was full and I kept eating.
That's what happens, and it's so good. I need to stop like 10 minutes before I feel full because it's gonna keep piling on in there.
Oh yeah, I cannot. I am a founding member of the Clean Plates Club. Been a part of it since 1995, and I am not revoking my membership anytime soon. If there's food on the plate, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it.
You have to do it.
I'm sorry, I'm so full. Jonathan was like, I'm going to be gassy.
You don't have to put me on blast like that.
Well, you're about to put the room on blast.
I was going to say.
Anyways, welcome back to Camp Shady Birch. Hope all you girls and gals and gays are good.
Because we're just filled with rice and beans and gas. But we did have a nice little meal yesterday.
Yeah, we did. You know what? I love a local town. I love a small coastal city that's quaint. If a city is described as quaint,
we're there.
We're there like swimwear. Where did we stop in on our journey back from Boston, Massachusetts yesterday?
So we passed Mystic, Connecticut, and we had to stop.
Mystic, Connecticut. What do you guys think of when you hear the city Mystic, Connecticut? I'll give you guys a second. Your second's over. The movie Mystic Pizza, starring none other than
Emma Roberts' aunt, Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. I love that movie so much.
Good.
It means a lot to us. So it's funny. We were driving by and we talked about it on Patreon, but Jonathan had a horrible lunch previous to that. But we were like, we need to rectify that bad meal. And we were passing through and I was like, let's just stop. We've never actually officially stopped to see the real Mystic Pizza. And I was gooped and gagged by this town.
Same. Really quick to just rewind. We were in Boston for a birthday party and we were driving back to New York. And that's why we had passed it. And when Zach and I were doing long distance dating, we would always pass Mystic Pizza, or we would always pass Mystic. And I was always like, one of these days I'm going to stop and go to Mystic Pizza. And I just never did for 3 years.
Yeah. And it's funny. I've been to Mystic before. I've gone to the aquarium there, really cute aquarium, but I had never gone to Mystic Pizza. So we pulled over and it was just giving all the energy. It was giving me Gilmore Girl vibes on the water.
Very quaint.
Oh my God. So what are some things that you like in a small town?
So in a small town, I want to see the mayor's house. Yeah. I want to see where the mayor lives. I want to know where the next rummage sale is going to be because I will be rummaging. I want to rub shoulders with the locals and the student board hearings.
I want to see a small corner bookstore. I want to say, hey, where do the regulars get a cup of joe?
A Java.
Yeah, I'm looking for a hot cup of Java, and I'm looking to rustle my shoulders up and just let that cold air hit my face. I want to see knits. I want to see sweaters. I want to see people being jovial.
I want to see strollers being pushed.
Guys, we got to a 4-way stop in Mystic, Connecticut, and I was the only one out of the 4 that was not supposed to move my car. And everybody said, no, you go.
Yeah.
The polite energy in Mystic, Connecticut was at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. And guess what's in the middle of town, guys? You're not going to believe this. A drawbridge over the ocean coast into the next part of and it's not even called a town, you guys. What's it called?
Oh, it's a village.
Mystic is a village.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're looking for cute New England vibes, may I suggest Mystic, Connecticut. We met a lot of people there too. A couple of people recognized us, which was so funny. We were there for like 45 minutes and we met 4 different people that were like, oh, we love your videos, which was like so fucking cool. I was like, wow, we have a following in Mystic, Connecticut.
We also quite literally only walked maybe like 4 blocks.
That's all I needed.
And that's all we needed. We were loving it.
All I needed. So Mystic Pizza, let's get into that real quick. If you've seen the movie, we had seen it, which was funny. When we were dating long distance, we used to do these like dates online. That sounds weird.
We had met in person, but we would FaceTime.
But we'd be like, okay, it's a Thursday night and we're both home in our like respective towns. Let's like watch a movie at the exact same time and sync it up. And Jonathan will deny this and try to like play it off like it's not a big deal. One of Jonathan's first giant red flags when I first met him was that he told me, no, this is the people's court and you need to state your case. Jonathan hates Julia Roberts.
I do not hate Julia
Yes,
Roberts.
you do?
I didn't have an appreciation for her the way that I do now. Pretty Woman, I've always enjoyed that movie. Mystic Pizza, I have always loved that movie. But when I watched Mystic Pizza, I feel like I didn't watch it because of Julia Roberts. I watched it for like the concept and the story and the pizza, of course.
Yeah, I think now do you have a better appreciation for more Julia?
Oh my God, since the direct-to-Hulu movie Smurfs: The Lost Village hit the screen in 2017, absolutely.
Is she in that?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Mystic Pizza is a movie about 3 women who work at the pizza saloon.
Yes.
And they're servers and they're all kind of different ages, but they're all kind of young, maybe teens to 30s. And they're all in different parts of their life, but they're all kind of venturing in the summer of Mystic with love and kind of, it's not really about anything, is it?
I honestly, now that we're talking about it, I don't remember it wholeheartedly.
Oh my God. I was trying to like volley for a minute because I was waiting for you.
I could tell. Hey, you guys, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie that you don't remember what happens because it's not like there's a bank heist in it. I'm sorry.
We didn't finish the thought that when we would watch the movie, we would FaceTime at the very beginning and we would start the movie at the same time. And then we would be like, okay, we don't want to chat. We don't want to like talk through it, but let's watch it together. And then we would hang up FaceTime and we would text each other through the entire thing. We'd be like, oh my God, that girl.
That
Like,
was
I
fun.
love doing that.
That was fun. We used to do that.
We should do that now. Like I'll be up here, you be in the living room.
Okay.
And then we'll just text each other about the movie.
Special. I like that idea. We're gonna shelf that for a moment. No, Mystic Pizza was fun. When you go into the little pizza aquarium in there, like it's really just a museum of the film. They have little props and signatures, and they're really proud of it. Jonathan could not leave without purchasing a t-shirt.
Oh, I should have wore it. I was gonna wear it. It's in the laundry.
Well, if there's one thing about you, you're gonna buy a novelty tee.
I have to.
You love it. It's your favorite souvenir, I would say.
I just need to add to my sleepwear.
So many of you DM'd us being like, oh, there's so much better pizza in Mystic. It's not a good pizza. I like the pizza.
I enjoyed it.
We didn't go there for the pizza, you guys. We went there to celebrate the film in itself, okay? I'm sure there's better pizza in Mystic, but do those pizza parlors have a movie named after them starring the one and only classically talented Julia Roberts?
The wickedly talented Emma Roberts' aunt.
Wickedly talented Julia. I love Julia Roberts and I love Mystic. And I was just scooped and gagged. Like, okay, of course there's a little chocolate candy store. Of course there is.
Oh my, we're definitely gonna go back in the summer. I feel like it was really cold and it was getting really windy, and I would love to get a little scoop or two of ice cream, but it wasn't ice cream weather, you know?
Guys, the ice cream store is on the corner next to the drawbridge, okay? So you can get a scoop of vanilla bean and you can look over at the crashing waves and just say, you know what? I'm in a movie, I'm in a book, and I'm feeling my oats. I love New York City that when I'm not at Camp Shady Birch, but I have such an appreciation for just the East Coast coastal lines. I love the ocean. I love a Cape Cod classic home. I love a cottage. I just love grass. I love the hustle and bustle of a natural small Quaker village.
I don't know what town it was, but the first time I was driving to, it was near Mystic. I like crossed a bridge and it got real New England real quick. There was a lighthouse to my right, like a stereotypical white lighthouse with like the red stripes going around it. I swear I saw a sailor eating fish and chips on the dock. And I was like, this is so quaint. It smelled like quahogs and oysters. And it was just giving like the small town vibes. And that's kind of like just how it is over there. But Mystic was great.
I would love an oyster in Mystic.
Yeah.
Wait, we should write a book called Oysters in Mystic.
Okay. We're copywriting it right now. So.
Guys, don't steal that. We already are in talks with lawyers.
Yeah, this is the poor man's copyright. Trademark. Don't take it.
Sandwich, please. Sandwich is our lawyer. He's actually been disbarred, but he's working on it. Sandwich, don't worry, okay? Those allegations aren't true and we stand by you. We can't talk about it legally, allegedly. Anyways, we love you. We have a great show for you today. We're going to do our best. We are full. Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
It's time for morning announcements. Attention campers. We are going to be doing a free screening of Mystic Pizza at the amphitheater. There will be Dixie cups of Diet Coke and slivers of pizza provided by the Gabagool Culinary School and Pizza Incorporated. So thank you so much for your generous donations. So be there or be square.
I was going to ask you, why aren't we having this movie showing at the newly built Aqua Theater?
All right, everybody, bring your floaties, and we will be having an underwater projector. So bring a snorkel as well.
It's been 2 weeks since that cruise, and I'm still thinking about those girls doing the high dives from the Aqua Theater. I can't get enough of it, and that's why we've decided to open our own at Camp Shady Birch. We are looking for divers currently. Sandwich has denied all requests, even though he was an Olympic diver and a lawyer
and a belly flopper
and an editor and a cook and just the heart and soul of this camp
and a gentle lover.
Oh, I didn't know that about him, but I love to learn more about that man every single day. So thank you for that. I'm excited for our Mystic. Wouldn't it be so cute if we could have movie nights with the campers?
I think that
how cozy.
I don't know how we would be able to do that in a digital space. Is that like, can we legally do that? Like
no,
stream a movie?
We could try. Well, we could try, but I have this like dream in my head that this podcast gets big enough where we could have some sort of like weekend getaway in like New Hampshire. We rent out like an old like, maybe not old. That sounds appealing.
You're like, the house is falling apart.
So old. Everyone's old. It's rickety. It's rats. Rickety. It's rats. And everyone's cold. And there's crime. No, but like, can you imagine? Like, this community is so tight knit, like a cable knit sweater. And we would love to all have popcorn out of red Solo cups next to our hidden bottles of Bacardi. Yeah. And we have so much fun together.
That would be so fun.
Okay.
We'll figure something. We'll do some brainstorming. We'll talk to Sandwich and the legal team and see what we can conjure up.
Well, Sandwich, get that court case filed already.
Please, for the love of God.
I'm sorry.
But on a more serious note, y'all, we launched our website.
Yes, we did, guys. What's it called?
campcounselorspodcast.com.
So now, moving forward, you don't have to email us anymore. You can go on the website, and when you fill out a form for oh my
Gossip
God.
Doc.
Gossip Doc.
The creepy canoe.
I got it, guys. I got them all. We got Gossip Doc. We got scary stories around the campfire. We have Confession Canoe, and we have Dear Counselors.
Yes.
So when you go to the website, which Jonathan designed, it is so gorgeous, baby. You did a great job. You can go to the Contact Us tab. What's it called?
I think it just says write in at the very top.
And when you do it, how cool is this, you guys? You put your little message in, you put your name, and then there's a drop down, and you can put what category you think it relates to the most. It honestly feels so much more official, so much more streamlined.
And I will say on our end, when it comes to like organizing these things, it definitely is organized a lot better on the back end. So we love that.
Yeah. And shout out to our Patreon girlies who saw it first last week. Thank you for testing it out for us and making sure that it worked and that it looked okay. We really appreciate you girlies on Patreon. But yeah, moving forward for all these segments, if you want to write in and you want us to share your stories, just go right to the website. It's going to be a lot easier for us and for you. And I want you guys to go see what Jonathan did because you did such a good job, babe.
Oh, thank you. It was definitely a team effort. We definitely worked on it together for sure.
I looked at it after and said, I hate the green, add more yellow.
And we did, and it looks better because of that.
Listen, there always has to be an Anna Wintour, and I will gladly take that.
Love that. I was also gonna say, it does require you to put your name in, but we will keep. We've just been keeping everyone completely anonymous, unless you really want us to say your name, which you can write in the message. We will, but we're not gonna say any names, so you're good. Don't panic when you see the name.
Yeah, you're definitely good.
Yeah, but yeah, that was pretty much all I had to tip it off.
Yeah, I have a little bit of housekeeping.
Okay, why don't we keep this house?
Ugh, I hate to be negative, but I like to be negative sometimes.
Oh boy.
New pictures have been released from the Amy Winehouse movie coming out. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. And it's just continuing my fear that this is going to paint her in a very negative light and be sensationally obsessed with her downfall rather than celebrating her beautiful career. I saw a picture of her from the movie in the back of an ambulance, and I'm just not into it. Her real father in real life still has ownership of the flat, which is apartment in American, her flat, and he's allowing them to shoot very intense scenes in an actual home. When are we going to let this woman pass in peace?
I think that part is so disturbed.
It's disturbing. You're going to go into her actual home and then recreate her darkest moments for film? I'm sick to my stomach. I had to tell you guys.
Yeah, I feel like I have no positive words for it. I saw the picture you showed me this morning, and it's like, all right. I mean, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, and you know what I never realized that you said say? What is the song in Rehab when my daddy thinks I'm fine? He always was gonna capitalize on her pain, and he's doing it even in the afterlife by allowing them to film at her old apartment, really horrifying scenes. And I don't want to be negative, guys, but I'm just continuing my anti Amy Winehouse campaign. So that's my housekeeping. Sorry, it was negative.
We love you, Amy.
We love you, Amy. Moving forward into morning announcements, it's the news you might have missed.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
That would have sounded really good with a little dash of clarinet.
What's that?
It's an instrument.
Oh, clarinet.
It's a part of the
the woodwinds.
The woodwinds.
Yes.
I do know you have somewhere local in the cabin in here. You do have a recorder from your childhood.
I do, and I can play hot cross buns like no one can.
Oh, I love that.
I like to brag about it. What can I say?
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay, to keep it back in the British eye, I'm so obsessed with Britain right now. I cannot get enough of them. This is some serious tea, you guys.
Wait, tea like British?
Oh yeah. Oh, double entendre.
Oh wait, what do they say?
A cup of tea?
No, what's the brand that everyone drinks?
Earl Grey, of course.
No, it's
English breakfast.
PG tips. PT tips?
I'm
going to look it up while you talk.
You're definitely way more informed than I am, and I love that. Anyways, they're having a little bit of trouble getting talent to perform at King Charles's coronation.
And what's a coronation for those who don't know?
So the last time we had a coronation, I think, was in the 40s. I'm not sure when Queen E became queen, when Queen E came into the picture. So basically what it means is it's a big old like kind of public ceremonial procession of the transfer of power. And Queen Elizabeth, she has been passed for a while, but it does take a long time for like the government to kind of like settle all their kettles, get everything transferred.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the kind of first big public display of like official, this is King Charles. He's taking over for his late mother. And as you guys know, I don't have to get into the history of King Charles. He's a very polarizing individual. In this campground, we are a Lady Di through and through. I have seen every season of The Crown. I know it's a TV show, but it is based on a lot of truth, and I just don't think he's a great person. I don't know him, you know what I mean? But I'm not rooting for Queen and Camilla any day of the week, okay? Mm-hmm. But so during this coronation that's going to take place, I believe May 7th, they have a lot of kind of huge celebrity performers. And typically what they do is they bring in the English talent, as they should. It's England. But a lot of people have been declining or having weird excuses on why they cannot partake in this. They've six major talent acts have said no.
Who are we talking about?
So it all kind of started with two huge powerhouses. It's quoted that the king said he's very keen on Adele and Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Oh, wait, so when they reached you put respect on Edward Sheeran's name. I
didn't think Ed Sheeran. I don't know why.
It's funny. I don't also think I'm like that, but if you look at his numbers, he charts like nobody else. His songs are in the billions. He has one of the highest selling tours, the top 10 tours of all time. Ed Sheeran's in there for top money makers. He's massive. The boy he's cheeky and he's massive. All right. He's a massive talent and the king was very keen on him. But there was a couple issues. Okay. So when they tried to get Ed Sheeran to do it, there were some logistics that they couldn't figure out due to previous touring commitments.
Okay.
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
no, what were you saying?
So they can't just shift a little date here and there.
Well, I can understand that for a tour because he's already sold out a stadium here, right? While Adele did not respond to the request. Adele did one of these. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see she did one of those lip things. She's sick. Babes, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. She's over here chilling in Las Vegas. She's like, I'd rather be in one of the trashiest cities in the country doing my residency than supporting Adele is a girl's girl.
She left him on red.
She left him on red. Her team said, we're not responding, babes. We're not responding.
Sorry, babes.
So Ed Sheeran, Adele are out.
Okay.
Major UK talents.
Yeah.
So then he flipped the script. He's like, no. I really wanted Elton John. Elton John can't do it.
EJ, no.
EJ also is in the middle of his 19th farewell tour, and he has Germany on Friday and then somewhere else on Wednesday. And logistically, it's too much. EJ is also like, he's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah.
He's an elderly man now. So I'm not mad, but Elton John would have been a powerhouse for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely would have brought the crowd to tears. That would have been great. So he's like, okay. You know who I really want?
Wait,
What?
Can you imagine how awkward it would have been if he played Candle in the Wind?
Exactly.
That song about Diana.
Elton John sat front row, second row at her wedding. At her funeral. They were tight, and I can't imagine him technically by date, right? He's not touring on that date. He's in the middle of a tour, but he's using this as an excuse, and rightfully so. And I feel like he's I'm not trying to be drama and be I'm not doing it because of Diana, but him and Diana were so tight.
Yeah.
So tight. So I think it's a respectful nod to being not the man that essentially ruined her life. I'm sorry. I'm going on record and saying that he's an awful person.
That essentially may have had her killed.
Exactly. Quote unquote. What's that word you say when you don't mean it?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we don't know. So after EJ stepped out of the ring, they were like, oh, we didn't want any of those three people. They're whatever. What we really want, what's his name?
I don't know.
You're so golden.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Silly goober.
So Harry Styles has been having a very demanding tour. We know this. He's doing 15 shows in Madison Square Garden, 15 shows in the Staples Arena. I made that one up. It's in California. So I think at this point his tour will be over. But his tour, they said, hey, we really wish we could. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to make that date because it's gonna be really hard to get key band members together, as they'll be on much needed downtime.
The downtime.
So he's basically my crew is gonna be really tired, and I'm sure they are. But if the King of England's asking you to come out to do the coronation, I think you make it work. But I think it was once again another excuse to being I don't want to be a part of this. What do you think?
Yeah, they're really tired, and we'll leave it at that.
I'm gonna give one more. Spice Girls were in. All of a sudden, they were like, "Oh, sorry, babes, none of us can do it." They had said yes, and then they dropped.
The Spice Girls were asked.
They were asked. They said yes, and then they pulled out. And I can't even find out why they pulled out.
Can you imagine him listening to Wannabe?
Oh.
Can you imagine him literally sitting there listening to that?
No, yes and no. So there's pictures of him meeting them, and I think it's less about the specific music stylings and more about being who are legitimate British global icons. And all these people are rightfully so, have crossed barriers, okay? He's not chefing up for Rita Ora over here. I'm sorry, he's not. So
Wait, is she British?
Rita Ora?
Yeah.
Yes. Is she?
I don't know. I thought she was from the States. I don't know.
No, I don't. No, she's British. I'm doubling down on that one. That girl's a Brit in her heart. They didn't ask Little Mix. I contacted them. They didn't respond to me, but I just feel like they weren't asked.
Ava Max might be around.
So you know who is going?
Who?
Kylie Minogue, who's technically Australian, but
is she performing?
She's signed on.
Okay.
Lionel Richie.
Okay.
And this one he said he was super stoked about, and I had never heard of them. They're a group from the 90s in the UK. They were a boy band called Take That.
Never heard of them a day in my life, Mike.
Massive, cheeky boys, massively talented, big superstars in the UK in the 90s. And we all know that he was in the heat of his press in the 90s. So
Tampon Gate.
Yeah, he was definitely young and sprung and full of fun back then. So he was really into that. I just think it's hysterical, and karma is such a bitch, and you have led a really mean life and you're not a good person, and all the stars know that and they don't want to be attached to you. Adele couldn't be reached. Couldn't be reached, babes.
That's so funny.
Isn't that tea?
It's tea.
We'll see what happens.
Speaking of, it is PG Tips tea. That's the brand of tea that all of them drink.
I'm sure PG Tips will be a sponsor for the coronation that will cost the British public millions of dollars to celebrate an antiquated style of monarchy. But Lord, does it make a great Netflix show. So I love it for that. That's all I have this week.
I can't believe he got turned down by so many people.
I can believe it.
And I feel like the British people can probably tell more than we can, that they're like, yeah, I mean, this isn't a surprise to us.
No, I think when Elton John has 4 loose days in between and is still refusing, it's definitely a nod to the respect to Diana. And I actually really think that's amazing of him. I think that's a true testament of a real friend. And I love all these mad, crazy Brits.
Oh my God, the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem.
I can't. Okay, I've talked enough about this. Would you like to take over and tell us what your article of the week is?
Yeah. Oh my God. I just realized my story takes place in Britain too.
It's a UK day.
It is a UK day. So this takes place in Britain. And this article is titled, "Woman Barred from Buying 100 Cucumbers at Supermarket."
As she should.
So there's a 49-year-old British woman named Lisa Ferns, and she's been buying like massive quantities of vegetables, mostly cucumbers from Lidl. Did you have those by your house? Like Lidl? I think it's Lidl.
I don't think so.
There's one by my parents' house, but I've never been there.
Oh, it's a chain of grocers.
Yes.
Local grocers, if you will.
Local grocers, yes.
Okay.
Local to us all, international. So she would go to this grocery store every week for the past 3 years because she was making detox teas and juices for her business. And she said she would go every Sunday to this same place and she would buy 100 plus cucumbers. And the last time that she went, this past Sunday, a manager rushed over to her and said she was barred from emptying out their shelves. So this is due to the fact that some supermarket chains have started rationing fruits and vegetables due to the shortage of fresh produce. And the shortage has been blamed on bad weather and transport issues. And to avoid panic buying, which we saw in 2020, some supermarkets have been placing a limit on the perishables that you can purchase.
Yep.
This did not go over well with our girl, Lisa, here. So she posted on Facebook, and let me just read you.
I want to hear it.
Read this little blurb, right? Lisa says, "WTF. What the actual fucking fuck? So there's going to be a tomato and cucumber shortage. Not asked about the tomatoes. I need about 80 to 100 cucumbers every Sunday for juicing. I've already been barred from Lidl for purchasing too much fruit and veg. So I've moved on now from that. Didn't like their cucumbers anyway. So I'm going to have to just become a cucumber dealer. I'll keep you cucumber people updated on all details. Hashtag cucumber dealer." Let me just also please note that Lisa misspelled tomato. She used the incorrect form of there, and she used 9 emojis in this post publicly.
I do all of that actually all the time. I'm also red flag.
She's also 49 years old. And she complains that it now is going to take her 2 hours to go to 5 different supermarkets to complete her shop rather than the usual 15 minutes that it would normally take her when she could clear out a shelf.
So this is the problem I see here. So when you are starting off as a small business at a certain point, when you become successful enough, you kind of have to like rearrange the way that you like purchase products. I don't think it's fair that she's going to a local grocer and she's buying all the cucumbers someone else can get them. If you need that many cucumbers, clearly you need to start contacting a food distributor, Cisco,
a wholesaler,
and you get, girl, there's no Costco in the UK. You know what I mean? I just feel like you did it to yourself, girl, and clearly you're doing well because if you know anything about the juice game, you buy a cucumber for 79 cents, their other vegetables, they're raw. Those juice bitches, they'll charge you $9 for a cup.
Oh, the upcharge is crazy.
For a cup of juice. Cup of juice, mate.
So I will also say that she, the way that she handled it, I don't really appreciate. She's coming from a place of like, I'm trying to help others, but it's like you need to, you've worked on your skin and your inner health. You need to work on like that inner soul health.
Yeah, some people just are too quick to be on the keyboard. You know what I mean?
Well, I think she's deficient in vitamin C. see being consideration for others?
I love an entrepreneur through and through, and I wish this woman nothing but the best. I think when one door closes, another grocery store opens up that has no limit on their cuke sales. I wish her nothing but the best. And we're actually going to have a couple of these detox teas sent to our camp. They might be expired by the time we get here, and that's why Sandwich will do a taste test for us. He has the steel gut of a goat and the heart of a lion. Thank you so much, Sandwich, behind the camera. We can't wait for what did we get a name on her tea company? You don't have to pull your computer out. It's okay. But
there was a picture posted of it along with the prices in pounds. So I will have to do a quick conversion and I'll put it somewhere on the screen at some point.
I think it's giving Ginny tea. Ginny tea, Ginny juices.
Something like that.
Ginny juices for fuck's sake, 16 7 pounds and a eel dick.
If you want to lose 16 pounds, just cough them up.
Lose 16 pounds. Give me 16 pounds. I give you cucumber juice. Jesus.
Also, I think it's ironic that she's like, I never liked their cucumbers anyway. I'm like, okay, well, as a customer, why are you going to give me the cucumbers that you didn't like, baby girl?
Yeah, that was weird behavior. Because you're selling these and you're like, and I hated those cucumbers anyways. Me drinking the cucumber juice, spitting it out. What's wrong with the cucumbers, lady?
Wait till you see a picture of her.
I'm loving this UK dialogue. We have a lot of opinions about the UK. I just want to visit. Sorry, I love you guys. Love you.
Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Welcome back to Gossip Dog, kind of Confession Canoe. And there is a little twist in this one. This writer, we believe, is also British.
Mm-hmm.
The British saga continues on week 25 at Camp Shady Birch for our sisters across the pond. We're not really sure, but you guys tell us, because you're like, obviously they're British. And I was like, well, I guess more often than not. I'm not really sure. We're going to get into it. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Hi, camp counselors. Currently binging through your pod and absolutely love it. I feel you'd love this story, which is part confession, part gossip. So maybe it's the Confession Canoe docked up the Gossip Doc, but I'll let you guys decide. So here we go.
I love that.
I love that too. It's so cute. That. Back in 2012, I was selected for a prestigious job as a site manager for the London 2012 Olympics. It was going to be 3 months of hard work, and a part of the job, because it was a placement through my university, was required to complete a 3-month leadership training course while working at the Olympics. Everyone who was selected for the job was to complete this course with an on-site supervisor. Let's call her Linda. And because we were being given this course, we were given a low pay rate for the job since the course cost a few grand. But at the end of it, if we passed the marks for the final written assignment review, we would get an internationally recognized certificate to say what a great leaders we were now because we did this course and worked at the Olympics.
I think that's worth holding on to for the rest of your life.
It does. So you're working at the Olympics, you're also doing this leadership course, and it's a kind of a 2-for-1 deal. But there's a lot of pay at the end.
Yeah.
And it seems rather exciting.
Yeah.
Now, because the Olympics are a 24/7 operation, I would be working on site from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., 6 days a week in the Olympic Park. And on the 7th day, we'd have mandatory class times with Linda and guest speakers for this leadership course. On top of all this, we also had our regular assignments we'd have to complete, and I was also writing my master's degree thesis. Your girl is an overachiever.
Wow.
Yes, you are, queen. So I barely made it through the summer. Working at this amazing global event and completing the required submissions took a huge toll on me. But I got through it, and at the end of the summer, I submitted my final assignment for the leadership certificate to Linda for review, and then awaited confirmation that I got the certificate. Months pass. There's no word on the certificate. I kept chasing out of spite because I took a low wage on this grueling job because this was supposed to be the benefit for me. Linda finally got back to me saying that there had been some sort of delay, but everything was submitted, and over a year later, everyone got their certificate.
Oh, that's so annoying, especially like coming out of college.
Yeah.
Or uni, as they call it. That wasn't the right accent. But, and having that that documentation being like, I am really good at what I do. I can get a great job from the jump, and not to have that's annoying.
And also, like, you took like a shitty pay at this job because you were promised a certificate that kind of like took the lion's share of this like the whole like, I don't know, like lust for this responsibility.
Right.
I don't know. It seems shady. I'm sorry. So a few years after we finally got our certificates, I used my leader certificate as evidence of leadership training to apply for another course. And I got denied from doing the course because the certificate wasn't valid. That was in quotes. That's strange. So I tried to contact Linda. She no longer worked with the organization. So I reached out directly to the course organizer. After a bit of hemming and hawing and me constantly hassling them for updates, they reached out to me to let me know that they were launching a full investigation into the certificates. This takes over a year and I barely get any updates on it throughout the process. Then, out of nowhere, I got a call from a local police detective asking me if I can share what happened with my certificate and specifically Linda's involvement. On the phone, the detective confirmed that Linda was being investigated for fraudulently issuing certificates, both for groups and herself. I didn't catch that. Using her home printer. And that these certificates were a part of a larger investigation on her ongoing fraud. Not only giving out fake certificates to people, she's writing them for herself. And she's printing them on the HB Smart Inkjet Black, Bluetooth wireless connected.
How the hell do people have the balls to do shit like this?
You know why? Because Canva was invented. There's a beautiful certificate template on Canva in the free feature, and all you gotta do is plug in some names, and it will. And I'm not joking. The fonts they use, they're gorgeous.
It's probably why it took her so long. She's like, it's taking a year because she's like, and they're like,
I'm gonna lose me job.
I'm gonna lose me. She didn't have one to begin with. It was all a lie.
All this to say that it turned out that Linda's crimes are much larger than fake certificates, and she's now in prison for fraud. I did end up getting some compensation for the false certificate, but there's a part of me that will always believe that I'm the one that triggered the investigation that got Linda caught. Signed from, I got you done in cabin 1.
I love that, and I think it was you. You started the chain reaction.
I don't know. I feels like it was her because it was like the timeline in between when she would ask something, it would take so long. So like, I think it took a lot of digging because they were probably really confused. And I don't think if our girl in cabin 1 didn't reach out and was like, what the hell's going on, mate? You know, I don't think we would have found out the truth about Linda.
It also sucks because like, sure, the pay to get paid for this is nice, but I feel like the certificate, you would have had the certificate for life, which would look good on anything that you put your name on, you know? So I feel like that would have been great, but I guess there was no certificate at all to be given.
There wasn't. I think she made up the program to get like cheaper, probably to get like, listen to this. This is my theory. I think Linda was running a program that was based on like a budget, and she found a way to be like, if I can make the budget smaller on who I'm paying, and all I got to do is add in some fake courses here, and then I can pocket the rest of it towards my salary. That's how she probably did it. She was like trying to like finagle her little British bagel into some more money, some more pounds.
Yeah.
It's sickening. So we're assuming she's from Britain because I don't know how
she is.
Yeah, because she also said university.
Oh.
Uni.
Well, I don't know, because maybe our listener might not be from, I don't know.
We don't know, but we want to believe it's Cockney.
I'll ask her because I'm going to email her telling her that we're going to do this, cover her story. But what this camper did also send was a link to the articles that Linda, like proof of like the crimes that she committed.
Oh,
I have
real name?
I have Linda's real name.
I guess we can say her real name because it doesn't really matter. It's a court case.
Yes, and I also didn't actually write it down. I have her noted as Linda. So
okay, if you click the link.
Yeah. So this Linda character is a 42-year-old woman from Yorkshire, and in September of 2015, she faked having cancer. She pretended to have radiotherapy to acquire sick leave on full pay from Yorkshire Cancer Research in Harrogate, and she got over 90,000 pounds. I don't know what that is in US money, but that's a lot. So she ended up being investigated, and like our camper said, she's currently jailed. She was sentenced to 4 years and 5 months in March 2019 after she pled guilty to fraud by false representation and forging exam certifications.
This girl loves forgery.
I'm gonna have to find her mugshot. I'm gonna put it up right here if you're watching this on YouTube. It's giving 2005 Jeffree Star MySpace fakeness. She's loving to highlight these little her cheekbones with the rouge. Why don't people say rouge anymore? It's all about the blush. Is there a difference?
It's giving M to the B.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. And hopefully she can learn how to do her makeup while she's in prison and maybe learn to tell the truth. I think that would be a good idea.
I watched a girl on TikTok this week suck a blue M&M and then use the wet M&M as eyeshadow, and that's what she would do in prison. Just wanted to share that.
Like the coloring from the outside of the M&M.
Yeah, and then the wet M&M, and she put on her eyelids to make it blue, and then she would suck on like those fireballs.
Oh yeah.
On her lips like this to get them kind of like stingy and red, and that was her makeup routine. And then she used like a colored pencil, like a crayon for her eyeliner.
I love that.
Me too. The blue looks sickening. Actually, it looks so good. I was like, wow, okay.
I guess you got to make do with it.
I was gonna say drop the routine, but she's like, baby, I simply just did.
Dolly Parton, when she was younger, she would take a match and she would light it, and then she would take the soot and the ash off of it and use that as eyeshadow.
Oh, see, I love ingenuity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love fraud and forgery.
Mm-hmm.
But our camper in cabin 1, you got her done. And we're proud of you. We're on your side. And if you would like an honorary certificate for love, hope, and joy from Camp Shady Birch, we can print that once we get the ink in the printer again.
Do you know what toner is? I don't know what toner is.
No, I'm getting flabbier if you're asking that question. All this to say, somebody better tell Mrs. Pride, my first grade teacher, that she's also going to jail for forgery because she gave me a certificate for most improved student. And looking back on it, I'm not sure if that was globally recognized into an international leadership form. So Mrs. Pride, you can't be printing things off of Microsoft Word templates, okay? They have to have some sort of backing.
Sounds too prideful.
Yeah, she was a lovely woman. I love that woman so much. I love her. She's a great teacher. I'm done with the jokes. I'm not done with the jokes. Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell what we want to take a hike. Get out of here, you grinding our gears.
I'm flipping you off, asshole.
So a couple episodes ago, if you watch it on YouTube, we had our cruise episode and I did have my nails painted. I used to paint my nails a lot, and then I worked at a Catholic university, so I kind of had to stop that. But they were painted. I did.
Homophobia.
My supervisor was a nun. She was great. It wasn't her. Anyway, when I got them painted on the cruise, they gave me a little manicure and did my nails, and I got really nervous. I wanted a fun yellow color. But I don't know why I was so nervous. I was just being so weird. I think I was hungover and like my equilibrium was off. The whole salon's rocking back and forth. We're in the middle of the ocean. Because I had this weird conversation. She was like, so what do you do? And I told her what I did. And I asked her what she did for
she
work.
Was like, baby, I'm doing it.
She's like, this. I do this. I was like, yeah.
Yes, you
and
do.
She goes, what did you say you wanted this color? And she like pointed in a general direction. And I said, yeah. I didn't want the color she gave me. It was white, but I was like, I couldn't fix the situation. Anyway, I took that nail polish off and I wanted to paint my nails again. So I got a nice white color because I didn't actually hate how it looked. All that to say, my Take a Hike is dedicated to the Essie brand color 024 Marshmallow. Because guys, I'm going to put up a picture right here. If there's kids in the room, tell them to leave. This is a jump scare, okay? These were my nails. Awful, treacherous. It could also be the fact that we had an entire bottle of wine to ourselves each. Like I had a bottle of wine myself when I chose to do this. It could also be the fact that I did it without the lights completely on. It could be a number of things, but I'm going to go ahead and blame it on Essie, which is weird because I've had their other colors and they've looked great on me. I had their dark green one. I do have a yellow one and that one looks nice. But this white one, it was it was runny. It was gummy. It didn't dry properly. And the way that I painted my nails, I was so embarrassed. But I'm going to blame it on them. So Take a Hike to Essie 024 in the color marshmallow.
Yeah, you were on the couch and I saw you painting them, and you always get a lot on your hands, but you're always like, don't worry, it'll come off in the shower. He's like, what do you think? He shows me the first coat, you guys. I was like, babe, it looks like you used an empty bottle of white out. He goes, well, it's only the first coat. And I was like, I think you should get a little bit more coverage on the first coat than that. But I was like, okay, we'll hold out for coat number 2. It only got worse. And then you like you like chipped the thumb already. And you're like, and I was like, just paint over it. And you're like, you can't, it's already tacky.
It's tacky. I ended up doing 3 coats and a top coat, and it was a nightmare. And then I had to do the foil method.
Yeah, he's like, oh, come in here and put foil on my finger. It was so funny.
It was bad. And then, you guys, I cut my fingernail too short. Have you guys ever done that? And the first day it's okay, but the next day it hurts like a little bitch.
It's tender.
It's tender. It's throbbing. It's warm to the touch. And this is just a really hard time for me right now. So please respect my privacy.
No, when you get a bad hangnail and it's tender and warm to the touch, it has own heartbeat. It becomes a lot to handle. And that's when you take the day off of work.
Yeah.
There needs to be sick leave, hangnail leave.
Yeah.
I had a hangnail. I couldn't come in.
Sorry. I can't go to the coronation.
They're like,
my fingernail.
You have to pick your kids up. It's 5:30. The school is closed. And you're like, I have a hangnail. I can't get in the car right now. I'm over here watching my shows.
I'll send them an Uber, please.
Yeah. Can you Uber them? My phone's dead. I'll get you back. I love you, kid.
But maybe... I feel like if I paint your nails, they would look nice. Would you let me paint your nails in a different color?
No, it's not for me. I love it on you. I don't love it on me. I'm into nail art though. I would do nail stickers. I like a clear coat with a little sun on my fingers.
We have nail stickers.
Yeah, I keep telling you I don't want to put them on because I think they look a little cheap. They were like $1 kit for $100 on Amazon, and they're giving $1 kit from $100 from Amazon.
Oh well, I have plenty of stickles in my quaff box.
Oh, if you go to the quaff room on the corner of the campus, there's plenty of stickers in there too.
You know, it would look cute if we do we do a little top coat and then we dip your fingers in like confetti and glitter sprinkles.
So it's hard for me to want to do this because I just saw what you did to your own nails the other night, and it was a lot of anger, tears, and then a lot of, okay, let's problem solve and fix it for at the end for your nails to look exactly the same with an injury. So once you master your nail technique, then I think we can move on to others. Let's stay playful with ourselves first.
And campers, I will be testing out on anyone who wants to send me in an application. Go to campcounselorspodcast.com and meet me in the salon, aka Cabin 17.
It's called JJ Carson's Nail and Spa.
And Cafe.
Cat Cafe. Puffy's there.
Okay, so what are you telling to take a hike?
You know what I'm so over? We need to cancel world records. Because it doesn't make sense anymore. We used to be like, tallest person, I ate the most hot dogs. Now we're doing things like brother-in-law jointly pull a van, breaking world record. World's largest wearable cake dress. Underwater kiss record broken on Valentine's Day. Man goes to Disney World most times in a row, record broken. It's getting foolish. It's looking dumb.
I did see that man went like 8 months. Didn't he? It was like 8 months and he broke the record.
No, he went every day 3 years in a row.
Oh,
in Southern California. Scottish singing group holds 24-hour concert breaking Guinness World Record.
Oh.
Is it really? So if I stand on the sidewalk and I tap my toes 3 times, clap, and then sing the national anthem backwards, that's technically a world record.
Yeah.
Okay? No one's done it before. Or I'm doing it first, so it's my record. But I don't think I deserve an accolade for that, okay? I just think this is all a ploy by Big Guinness. Big Guinness is on the scene, and they're like, we got to stay relevant. We got to sell these hardcover books to the kids at the Scholastic Book Fair. We got to keep selling them, kids. So they're inventing these stupid little things.
Yeah.
I think certain things deserve world records. Sports stuff.
Highest jump.
If you have a ball in your hand and you're doing something fun with it, give them an award.
Yeah.
Give them a plaque. Even if it's regional. I like that. World's longest underwater kiss. It's not reading, babe. It's not reading as a record.
Make the sports guys do it. The footballers, I want to see them.
I want to see the footballers in the pool smacking lips. I want to see that. Let's talk about this again. World's largest wearable cake dress.
That's kind of fun.
I didn't say it wasn't fun. I'm saying, is this a record?
Yes.
We're on different pages here. I will say I was a huge fan of the Guinness World Records books when I was a child. When I was a baby. My school used to bring us to the library and we'd have to check out books to read. And I used to always get the Guinness World Records books. And my teachers would be like, Zachariah, I don't think it's really a book. And I'd say, Mrs. So it's in the library. So what does that mean? And then they'd have to let me take it out. And then we come back from the library and we'd have to do like 30 minutes of reading. And I'd be like, you look real dumb over there with your Nancy Drew. And I'm over here with a picture book looking at weird fish.
And that lady with the fingernails. I could paint those.
Oh, that girl, she lives. That girl is Miss Guinness. You guys know what I'm talking about? The girl with the long fingernails and they be curling.
I think
she's scary.
There were a couple different girls and one of them got in a car accident and broke the nails off.
Oh no. She must have been so hurt.
I think she like broke one and then surgically they like had to do something with her talons, like to take them off. She was sad day, but she's alive.
Sad day for her. Her nails were very scary. It was always like a nice red coat on the top, but since they curled so much, it was giving tan, brown. Like at that point, is it too much to ask? Okay, I might be getting controversial here. Is it too much to ask for a bottom coat? Let's get underneath the nail. Let's say, why not?
No, I think that's great. I just never thought like, why not paint the beneath of the nail?
It's a pretty honest ask when it's that long and they're curling and they're brown.
If you're painting the overneath, you can paint the underneath.
Overneath first, then let's say playful on the bottom. We can even do a white under and a red top, and we can say like, oh, it's a cherry cordial nail. Oh, that'd be brown. Oh, it already was brown. She's naturally giving cherry cordial. She is Miss Guinness though. That girl stays in those books. And okay, right there, world's longest nails. I kind of like it. It's simple. It's got longest nail. I don't need a 17-part. It'd be like world's largest pizza ever made below the equator in the month of July using only bricks and focaccia. It's like, this is too specific and I'm not into it.
Are you upset because some of our friends from Instagram went to that world's largest pizza thing?
Wow. Oh my God, is this internalizing that I was not invited to Papa John's big pizza cook-off?
I think so.
We were not invited, but we weren't LA based, and that's okay. It's not coming from there. This has been on my heart for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is a space where I feel like I can bring my grievances and not be made fun of.
And I'm not making fun of you.
I'm making fun of these people instead.
And that's okay.
Jonathan, I told him I was taking this, and he was like, well, what if you were to get one? And I'd be like, well, that's different. I would gladly accept. I want a plaque. A traditional 1980s law firm fake wood plaque with the golds and something small, and then it says Zachariah on it. I don't want a trophy. I want a plaque for the wall.
All right. So now that we have the award picked out, what's it for?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it because I've only been putting all my hate towards it. I've been putting a lot of negativity towards it. I haven't opened the blinds to the light. I'm sitting in the dark.
Well, so let me tell you what I would do. I would probably do like the furthest slingshotted tomato.
Oh, I wonder if that's been done.
I feel like that might be done. That might not be specific enough. I would have to break the record. Maybe I would do the highest jump off of stacks of paper onto a couch cushion.
Well, you did break a record. Sorry. I was going to say you did break a record with the ugliest nail polish this week.
The hatred in this room right now is honestly palpable.
Okay, well, we saw the nails and the smell of the acetone was palpable while you sat on the couch.
I was sitting really close to that candle too. I should not have been sitting with acetone that close to a candle. Wait. Zachariah got me for my birthday. It came later as a delivery, but you got me the candle that smells like the Pirates of the Caribbean water.
Oh, we should have put that on the housekeeping. Remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago, guys?
Yeah.
What did we talk about that?
We were talking about the Splash Mountain water was being sold.
And then we found the candle reviews that smell like Splash Mountain or Pirates of the Caribbean rather.
Yeah.
And for his birthday, I ordered it for him, but it took so long to get here. But we did get the candle, you guys.
And it smells just like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride water.
We've been lighting it every night, and I do like it.
It's been nice. Also, real quick, I saw a TikTok of somebody at Splash Mountain with a water bottle, dipping it and then chugging it.
Yeah, it was like such a fluid moment. They put the water bottle off the side of the little wooden canoe and they put it right into the water, and then they chugged it. So it's funny because maybe they were giving Gossip Dog. They were giving Confession Canoe. That's the ultimate Confession Canoe if he were to write in and tell that story, because he was in a canoe.
A flume.
A flume, if you will.
All right, well, that's it for Take a Hike.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Crush of the Week. It's the part of the show where I tell you who I'm in love with and John tells you who he wants to hug. He never wants to kiss his crushes. I always want to kiss my crushes. I'm a kisser. I'm sorry. Who are you going to kiss this week? I mean hug.
All right. So I'm going to kiss this person because I think they could need a hug and a kiss really bad.
A kiss in the forehead or a kiss in the mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
So my crush of the week is Ariana DeBose.
Classy.
So if you don't know, she is a talented singer and actress. She played Anita in the West Side Story, which we didn't see.
No, it's the new version though.
Yeah, the new version for sure. So she's also the woman who I'm sure all of you know who rapped at the British Academy Film Awards.
BAFTAs.
Yes. And it did not go as she had anticipated. And I know everybody out there is already sick of it, especially because when this episode comes out, it's already been so long. But just as a reminder, I'm going to read you the lyrics. All the ladies in the room, supporting and leading all here, I presume. Hong Chow, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with a C. Dame Emma, I'm so fond. Anna girl, you look great in blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanchett Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you're all of us.
Angela Bassett did the thing.
If you're watching this in real time, you're probably sick of it, but I hope to God someone's listening to this episode in the future and they totally forgot about this. And I feel like I brought this to someone in the year 2025, 2026, and so on. They're listening back to this and they're like, holy shit, I forgot about Angela Bassett did the thing.
For like future campers when they go back and listen to our old episodes.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's really nice of you.
So I just want to keep that on the radar. So it blew up, as all of us know. She deactivated her Twitter, and Angela Bassett did the thing and called her and made sure she was okay.
Angela Bassett called her?
She called her, yeah.
Oh, is she okay?
Yes, she said she's A-okay.
The thing is what's so weird, I don't cut you off, but I just think it's weird that she's like not like happy or about it. Like I think for the first 24 hours, 48 hours, it was kind of like everyone was like, what? This is so weird. But I think like after that, it became kind of like a fun thing that people were quoting and talking about. Like, girl, you did the job. Like, you brought so much press to the BAFTAs. You made a silly moment and everybody is talking about it. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a host. Like, and I think it was funny and lovely and like silly. And we're in bed we're going, Hong Chow, Dolly D.
Carrie with a C. We've literally just been saying Angela Bassett did the thing to everything.
And then we're like, Jamie Lee, you are all of us. Like, every part of it is funny. Like, and I'm like, when her immediate reaction was to deactivate Twitter, I was like, girl, lean into this. This is how you're going to get like a Priceline.
Okay, but that you're also coming as like, half of your mind is in like PR and 100% of your mind is in like an internet-based personality. Hers isn't. She is successful and she has an Oscar and she has a bunch of awards, but she's 32 and she's only been in like a handful of movies.
Bullshit.
No, and I feel like she probably didn't know how to handle the hate. People are really like hating on her. And maybe someone in her inner circle suggested like maybe she's not as hard on herself as we think she is. Maybe someone's like, hey, it might be just in your best interest just to deactivate Twitter.
Just so she doesn't see the hate.
Yeah, maybe she's like, honestly, like, I'm okay, but I don't want to not be okay. Because we don't know. But I think some people are just being so mean and like, I'd like to hear y'all like say something creative on stage and sing it in front of everyone.
But like if she's hosting the BAFTAs and she's won an Oscar, you can't tell me she doesn't have a team, okay? There's a team on her side and I think someone should have been like, girl, this is your moment. Nobody's ever talked about you as much as they are right in this minute and you're hiding. Like,
who's been talking about the BAFTAs, period?
What?
Who's been talking about the BAFTAs at all?
No one was, but now we're obsessed with her and I just want her to like live in this moment. Like I want her to like be memeing it and like wearing merch and like, I don't know, like go and give Angela Bassett like Angela Bassett just won that award and she said in her speech when she won this, like it was the NAACP award, she like did it and she goes, I guess I did the thing. And it was like, that is so insane that your thing is like being in her acceptance speech at a different award show. Like it's a cultural phenomenon and I feel like she's not involved in it right now and it's making me sad for her because I'm like, girl, I want to shake her and be like, this is special, and like own it, you know?
What I will say that I learned about her is she is an openly queer woman.
Love that.
And in December 2020, her and her partner, I don't know if they're married or not, but her partner, Jo Ellen Pellman, launched the Unruly Hearts Initiative. And it's an initiative that was created to help young people connect with organizations and charities that advocate for the LGBTQIA plus community.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
so
love
I just wanted to throw that in because it's like, this is all being talked about, but some of the things that she's done off screen and off the stage isn't talked about. So I don't know. I think she's a person too. Let's all be really nice.
I think it started off negative, and I think we're all loving it now. So
yeah, I think there's definitely an upswing.
I'm excited and I'm ready for more. I actually would love to see her do this again with different people because the tonality, the verbiage, the movement, it was a treat. It was a treat.
I think it was funny because people thought that at the Angela Bassett part that she didn't mean to stumble on her words like that.
Oh no, she did.
And there's a video of her rehearsing, and she did it quite really
stumble.
the same.
She kind of just like she like had a little. She had a movement.
Angela Bassett, the thing. Well, it also kind of sounded like she forgot what she was saying.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah, maybe, but no, she knew it.
No, she knew. She knew damn well.
Hey, listen. What's her name again? I'm sorry.
Ariana.
Ariana, this message is for you. Ariana, you are all of us, and we love you.
I love that meme that you showed me. It said The Last of Us. All of us. Classic. So who are you? Hugging and tonguing.
I am kissing both of these ladies on the cheeks for a double cheek before our cocktails. I'm obsessed. I have a 2-for-1 special, you guys. My crushes of the weeks are Elaine Hendricks and Lisa Ann Walter. If you don't remember these two, they are the titular side characters from a little classic movie called Parent Trap.
The titular talented
Elaine Hendricks and Lisa Ann Walter. So Elaine Hendricks is an actress. She played Meredith Blake in The Parent Trap, and she is best friends in real life ever since the movie to Lisa Ann Walter. Lisa Ann Walter played Chessie, who was Dennis Quaid's kind of live-in nanny. And they were in the movie together, and they've been friends ever since. So they just were seen together at the SAG Awards because Lisa Ann Walter was nominated with the rest of her TV show. Abbott Elementary. They were nominated for Best Ensemble. So she brought Elaine Hendricks as her date, and Elaine wore a women's tuxedo. And Lisa Ann Walter, it's an older dress she had for years, and she's been waiting for the right moment to wear it. And she wore that dress, and they were dates, like a friend date. And I just love them so much, and I love The Parent Trap so much. If you guys don't know this, when we started this podcast, that was kind of on our mood board. It was a part of our inspiration for the podcast was The Parent Trap.
Yeah, we sat down and we started to watch movies. We watched Troop Beverly Hills, and then we watched The Parent Trap, which honestly, I saw a tweet once that said the first half of Parent Trap is a completely different movie. And it is. When they're at camp, that's its own movie, and then it moves on to the next. But yeah, Parent Trap, was one of the movies we watched in inspo of this very podcast.
So it just felt like a nice moment to kind of recognize two of the major characters in this movie that are still friends in real life and still supporting each other. And it's so sweet. And to this day, I still want a big bowl of Chessie's famous cheesy chili. And it's always funny to think about too, because I've rewatched that movie so many times as an adult. Every single character, from the mom, the dad, the butler, the grandfather, everybody is just so well cast. Even Dennis Quaid's mom, when she's like, "You can call me Aunt Vic." What did she say? Auntie Vic?
Something like that.
It's just so funny, but I always forget that Meredith Blake was 26. Her character was 26. I'm 28 now, and Meredith Blake had everything at the palm of her hand. She had a man, the heir to a Napa wine fortune, a rockin' bod, a gorgeous wardrobe, and she lost it all. And that's okay to rebuild and to regain what was once yours. And I think in this moment, watch me circle this back, guys. Meredith in real life she's back, and she's better than ever. She was on Dynasty. Did I make that up? With the girl from Victorious.
Oh,
yep. You know what I'm talking about.
Jade. What's her name?
It's okay.
Ariana Grande's friend. Yeah.
We're not going to spend too much time there.
But she commented on your video.
Oh yeah, we're friends on Facebook. Friends on Instagram.
Friends of the
Me
Facebook.
and Elaine are friends on Instagram because 2 years ago I dressed up as her for Halloween. I did specifically the scene of Meredith Blake when she has the little gecko on her head, little lizard. So when I posted that 2 years ago, she followed me and she does swipe up on some of my stuff. We're not like besties, but that's her choice, not mine. Because if it was the case, I would be in her apartment right now wearing that woman's tuxedo, pouring us glasses of Chardonnay. She is a fierce advocate for animal rights and gay rights. And Lisa Ann Walter, she's aging backwards. She looks incredible in that show, and she's so funny. And every time I see her now, I think of Branzino and not Chili. All that to say is I love those two women, and I love their shows, and I love their friendship.
And Ariana DeBose did the thing.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs, the part of the show where we tell you what we've been listening to, what we've been singing, what we've been humming, and what I have put on our curated playlist called Camp Songs. You can listen to it for free on YouTube and Spotify.
What's your song of the week?
My camp song is Mr. Saxo Beat by Alexandra Stan.
Woo!
I know y'all know the song. It came out like 12 years ago at this point.
No one's going to know it unless you give them a couple bars.
You make me dance, bring me up, bring me down, play it sweet, make me move like the freak. Mr. Saxo Beat. And then there's that one part in the song where it's like, oh, yeah. That would be a very embarrassing yet iconic karaoke song to do. So I was like, honestly, what else has this girl done? Because it was iconic and people like...
It's giving cruise.
It's
giving vacation. That's a cruise song.
It is. It's a summer bop for sure. So here's funny that I say that. And funny you say cruise because she was discovered at a karaoke bar in Romania.
No, she was not.
Yes.
What was she performing?
She fucking was. Mr. Saxo Beat.
Wait.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she was performing, but it was a Romanian song because English is not her first language. She's from Romania. And she was signed to a record label. The guys who were like in the record label were looking for talent, and they just were like lurking at a karaoke bar, and she was there and she did it. She did the damn thing. And obviously that song blew up back in I think like 2011. Another fun fact I didn't know was in 2015, Disney reached out to her and asked her to be the voice of Inger in the Romanian version of the 2003 film Atlantis 2: Milo's Return. Do you remember Atlantis?
Yeah, so they like redo the Atlantis and wanted her to like dub it?
Yeah, they did the dub and they did the dub.
They did the dub.
They did the dub. And they had her do the voice of the character. I don't know because I never saw the first movie, let alone the second one.
I saw the first one. It was a really, really good movie.
Was it?
Yeah. Atlantis is a great movie. Are you kidding me?
I remember the girl.
With the white hair?
Yeah.
She's fierce.
She served. Yeah, but that's what I've got for my camp song, Mr. Saxo Beat.
Where's she now? Any new music on the way? Have you reached out to her team?
No, I haven't reached. She did hit like a rough patch at some parts, and I'm not gonna it gets a little dark, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But she recently did have a it's either an album or a song come out called Rainbows. I want to say it was an album that just came out. But yeah, she hasn't really done too much since because she's with a different record label now.
Well, we love that song and good to her. Good for her.
So good to her. So what song's been stuck in your head?
My song of the week is This Will Be You and Me. It's This Will Be, in parentheses, An Everlasting Love by Natalie Cole. Since I was inspired this week by The Parent Trap, I thought I would keep it in the house. We've moved from Britain to the Lilo. And I love that movie and I love that song. It's the end credit song. And it's just such an incredible song by Natalie Cole. It just breathes such positivity and beautiful energy. It's great for a wedding. It's great for Chardonnay in the summer. It's great for girls. It's great for lovers. It's great to be alive when you hear that song.
It is a great song. Also, Parent Trap, half of the movies in London.
Oh my God, London, do the London look. It's a London episode. I'm obsessed. But yeah, no, it's just a great song. So it's like, obviously it's like,
it's like the end credits of so many iconic movies or opening scene credits.
It also
right?
was famous for being the song in the eHarmony commercials.
Oh my God.
Iconic eHarmony. We're saying circa 2004, 2005. Like it was in there. It's like, this will be an everlasting love. This will be the one I'm waiting for. This will be the first time anyone had loved me. Sorry, my neighbor's in the hallway, and I'm like, I'm committing.
Gonna get a copyright strike because that was just too similar.
Oh wait, so that's a really good part, but can I tell you my favorite part?
Wow.
This will be you and me. Yes, sirree. Eternally. Hugging and squeezing and kissing and placing together forever through rain or whatever. Yeah, you and me. It's like, so long as I'm living, true love will be given to you. I'll be serving because you're so deserving.
That was really good.
Okay, so not only is this song special to me because of the Parent Trap, but early in my baby gay days, I watched my first season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which that show has changed my life. It's one of the most important shows in my entire life to me. And it was the first season I ever watched, was season 4, and I was 3 episodes in. Natalie Cole was the guest judge, and they had the lip sync for your life at the end of the episode, and it was Dita Ritz versus Princess. And Dita Ritz, it's to this day my favorite lip sync ever from any franchise, any episode. It reminds me of my love and my the beginning of my love for drag and my appreciation for drag performances. There's no flips, there's no dips. It's just pure passion and fun. And they're waving their little what was it, fabric in the air. They're like,
their scarves.
Yeah, little scarves in the air. And it's like a full celebration. As Latrice Royale said in the episode, this is high drag. It was just beautiful. And every time I think of this song, it warms my soul. It's like such a beautiful song. And she's such a beautiful person. I love Natalie Cole.
I was watching you watch that lip sync this morning, and you were just giggling like a little kid, kicking your feet and just smiling. You were like glowing. Because
it's crazy to think myself, like, that was the 3rd episode I'd ever seen of a show that I've seen hundreds of episodes, not just once but multiple times. I've dedicated like so much of my time to it. Now I get to go to the shows, and I'm friends with some of the drag queens from the show now. Like, the show means so much to me, and this was my introductory to my love and passion for it. And it's apart from this song that's been following my life through everything from a childhood watching The Parent Trap to who I am now. It's always been a part of me.
It's an iconic song.
It is, and I love it so much.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire.
Did that sound a little British?
It sounded a little British.
A little spooky British?
A little spooky British, like what's his name? Vincent Price.
I thought you were gonna say Voldemort.
Him too.
He's the ultimate spooky Brit. Who was the guy that was the famous killer from Britain? The serial killer.
Jack the Slasher.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Okay, not Jack the Ripper, but we do have a scary story for you guys. Jonathan, take it away, baby.
All right, guys. So this is coming from one of our campers. This is written in an email. If you want to write us an email, go to campcounselorspodcast.com, click the little write in tab, and write us on in a scary story or an embarrassing story.
Wow, a website.
It's scary good.
It's a scary good site.
Okay, so our story begins on a late Saturday night. My husband and I stayed up way too late binging Stranger Things. In order to lock our front door, you have to body check it because it's old, and I was too tired and just closed it and locked it, or so I thought.
Oh, God.
The next morning, I awoke to my husband screaming at someone in the hall. We sleep in the nude, so I was shocked when he ran in to get clothes while yelling. He put on yellow shorts and a blue t-shirt. That'll come back. I jumped fully nude under the bed and called 911. It was some drunk guy who was slurring his words that he was, quote, just trying to get back to where he came from, man. Colin, my husband, chased him down the stairs and out of the house. By the time the cops got there, they thought for sure he had gotten away. Colin gave the police a description of the kid. He was tall, wearing yellow shorts and a blue t-shirt. He was describing himself because he happened to have grabbed literally the same outfit that the perpetrator was wearing. The cops apparently looked at him like he was insane, but it was just a coincidence. I'm still under the bed at this point, wondering who's going to play me in the Lifetime movie of all this. That's exactly where my head would have went. The cops found the kid running in actual slow motion a block away from our house and told the cops once he was sober, and this isn't an actual statement, that he was kicked out of a bar a few streets from us and he wandered through the neighborhood and fell asleep in our lawn playing Pokemon Go. It started to rain, and since the door was open, he let himself in. We have 2 therapy dogs, so they greeted him in. and he figured he may have been at one of his friends' houses. LOL.
Oh, he was just like wasted.
He was wasted playing Pokemon Go and it started raining, and that's terrifying to have somebody just walk into your fucking house. And that, my fellow campers, is why you always lock your doors. Signed, Naked and Afraid in Cabin 11.
I'm going to play a little bit of an opinion piece here. I think it's weird, right? So maybe he was really drunk and maybe he didn't know, but he wandered up to the bedroom to stand in the doorway of the bedroom.
No. That's not what happened.
Never mind.
That's weird.
That's what he did.
He was asleep in the hallway, like on the ground.
In front of the bedroom because he screamed, oh, how did the guy find him? Did he like look up out of bed or did he get out of bed?
The next morning, I woke up to my husband screaming at someone in the hallway.
Oh, so it wasn't like he was in the door frame.
No, I
Oh
can
my
see
God.
how it would be visual that way. But I think she was saying the husband walked out of the bedroom and she heard him from the hallway.
Maybe a glass of water was needed for both parties.
Mm-hmm. But she also did send a follow-up email.
Yeah.
She said, as a follow-up, I should mention we did not press charges and everyone is fine. A few years later, we actually saw the same guy on TV doing a commercial. He now sells furnaces.
Oh, well, look, it's a turnaround story. A big takeaway here, campers, is blue and yellow is a horrific clothing combination. It's giving flounder. It's giving.
I was gonna say flounder.
Yeah, it's giving inappropriate for two people in the same room to be wearing them, let alone.
I can't believe you said flounder. That's literally what I was going to say.
Well, that's all we have for this week's episode of Camp Counselors. If you guys want to hear some more fun and some more bonus content, maybe some more segments you've never even heard of, you can head over to Patreon and you get exclusive content that's bonuses, some vlogs, some fun stuff that's going to come out all the time on there. And you can find that on our website as well. And please submit all of your stories there as well. It's campcounselorspodcast.com. Also, if you don't mind, rate us 5 stars if you love it and share this podcast with a friend or keep it to yourself. We love gatekeeping here. We love you so much, campers. And with that being said,
Lights out, campers.